exclusions may apply. So lease a 2020 Ford Fusion for $149 a month for 24 months. Only at your Southeast Michigan Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
Other banks charge fees on savings and checking accounts. Doesn't sound good, does it? Capital One reimagined banking. So it sounds more like this. With Capital One, you can open an account with no fees or minimums in 5 minutes. Get started now at a Capital One location or online. Sound good to you? This is banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
For consumers only. Approval required. Offered by Capital One N.A. member FDIC. Copyright 2018 Capital One.
At CDW, we get that even the biggest jobs need to fit on your lap.
It's true. My entire workday happens right here on my lap.
And you can get it done faster with the performance and security of a device configured by CDW and powered by 10th Gen Intel Core V Pro processors.
Nice.
Are you done yet, Mommy?
More time for story time.
And even better use of your lab. IT orchestration by CDW. People who get it. Find out more at cdw.com/IntelBeGreat.
This hour of Instant Feedback brought to you by Mike Papuro of National Benefit Plans. For affordable health insurance, log on to nbphealth.com.
At home, in your car, or at work. Detroit's sports station.
Sets, big pitch, 3-2, swinging a fly ball, right field, deep, trouble, gone. Wow. Past the small grandstands in right, Jake Cave with number 3, an absolute no-doubter deep to right field, 2-run shot, and that's a big blow. 4-0 Twins in the 4th.
And the Twins win 7-6 despite 2 home runs by Miguel Cabrera. Casey Mize, not a good outing. His season is done. Going through with a 6.99 ERA. Tigers are eliminated from any possible postseason competition. And if you want to do a little scoreboard watching, you got to hope for some, because we found out the other day, although it's not official, that they're doing the draft order just based on this year's standings, which means all you Kumar Rocker fans are going to be disappointed that the Pirates will probably get the first pick. I don't think it's even mathematically feasible for the Tigers to get the number 1 pick. Right now, they're 5th. So, if they lose out, some other teams, maybe they can drop 3rd. But if they win some of these games at the end against Kansas City, they could go up to like 7th or 8th. So that's...
I can't handle this, please. No. Like, I remember you being so upset 2 years ago when the Wings went on a 7-game win streak and totally screwed up their chances.
I know.
It didn't matter. I mean, they got bad chances. I mean, I can't take you coming on the air every day until the season ends. And damn it, the Tigers did it again. They won. Really screwing up their draft pick. But you will. I
probably will. But you know what? But I'm more pissed off. I don't think a 60-game schedule, it's fair to do it this way. I think you should combine the last 2 seasons.
Because the Tigers were in great shape.
Well, I know, but you tell me that the Houston Astros and the Washington Nationals won the World Series last year because of injuries and things like that. They should have like a top 5 pick or whatever they might end up with. That's a joke. I want a 60-game season.
Why are you accepting everything else, though, about this season?
I'm not really accepting. I'm not going to put an asterisk up there, but...
Great question, Tom. That is such a good point by the governor.
And you know why? It's because the Tigers are getting negatively influenced by it.
Probably, but I still... I
think I heard Gator, too. He's butthurt about it.
If you asked me before the season, what do I think the fairest way to do it, Cyril and I would have said, take 2 seasons and put them together.
Well, why don't we take the 2 seasons, put them together, and determine the final standings then?
That's fine with me, too. I don't care. This whole season was a joke. That's why I didn't get excited, when they were going to be in the playoffs, according to some people.
Well, they were in first place for all of, 37 minutes.
Well, they ended up getting Riley Green with the 5th pick overall.
Yeah, that's true.
And I personally think he's going to be the best of all these guys.
I agree. No, that's a great point by Tom. I mean, for all the people that think, hey, this is a legitimate championship, which I do, then so what? I mean, not to mention, at some point, holy crap, enough with the draft picks. I know they're important, I get it. But my God, this is a constant Detroit sports. Draft pick, tank. And I used to be one of those guys.
I know.
I can't take it.
Well, look at the Sixers.
It didn't work. It doesn't work all the time. It does not work. All right.
Get one of those guys? Can Embiid come here?
I'm sure we'll get Ben Simmons.
Yeah, right. Guy can't shoot. Speaking of teams that draft really well, the Detroit Lions took on the Arizona Cardinals.
Funniest joke I've ever heard.
Yeah, on Sunday. And yesterday at his press briefing via the Zoom, I asked Matt Patricia a couple things. I first asked him, is he confident that his young corners, meaning Okuda and Morrow, can deal with DeAndre Hopkins? And he talked about how good Hopkins is and also how great Larry Fitzgerald is. And then the second part of the question was, or his response was, can you give any hope to the fans, meaning that the defense is going to get fixed? He says, well, we practice, it's execution, it's this, it's that, whatever he's been saying, because the defense stinks. So then, when he was done with that, I asked a little bit of a follow-up. So you see light at the end of the tunnel.
I think you have to. Yeah. I mean, for us, Stoney, right?
I know.
We got to always try to get better. We got to try to improve. If you're a person that walks around without seeing light at the end of the tunnel, then man, that's probably not a good day.
So I didn't think anything of it, really. I mean, that's almost a standard answer. And Rieger's got his 4 fingers up there for the 4-second pause, I guess.
4 seconds. If you won 100 it, 4-second pause where he just looked at you. The deer in headlights. That a lot of people are saying, Stone,
I know.
made it happen. That this was his breaking point. I don't disagree. He was bewildered.
Bewildered by what? I was just an innocuous thing. I have no problem with his answer. Well, I mean, I don't think it was a very fair question. Yeah, I know.
It's a totally fair question. I'm just telling you, like you said, so you think there's light at the end of the tunnel. And by his 4 seconds, he told me, he was telling you subliminally, no, there's no freaking hope. If you watch my defense, they stink.
I guess, maybe I'm not smart enough to take body language and put it together as an answer.
Stony baby.
What?
That was, I'm not a body language guy either. That was the most body language thing you could ever see. Like looking at him, he gazed at you. He almost looked frustrated and almost looked like, why would you even ask me that? I don't even know how to answer that. And then after 4 seconds is a long time. You're in radio. 4 seconds is an eternity.
I know.
And if you gotta watch the video for it to truly do it justice. I can tweet it out if people want to look at it. Like, I'm telling you, I believe the people that think that was his breaking point, if you will.
Because I didn't think anything of it, and then on Twitter, like Derek Oakley, who writes for he's a Lions wire writer for USA Today, he basically said the same thing. He says, "Hey everyone, if you have time to listen, look at this clip at the end of Matt Pat's presser today. The long pause from him is the first time I've seen him crack and show doubt. Thoughts?" I don't know. Maybe I'm just
I think you maybe caught him off guard a little bit. I think when you ask him a question, he's a little more personable because you have built a relationship with him. And maybe you just had a little bit of a raw moment there, and it is a reality. I mean, look. I'm not defending him whatsoever here when I'm saying this. Because injuries are not an excuse.
Right.
But 56 points the last 5 quarters. Well, the secondary has been absolutely decimated, and now he's relying on a rookie. But then you also go back to what I said Monday about him. I want to know what he really thinks about that Stafford game. Because they got punched in the face in that game. But if Stafford leads a drive there instead of throwing the worst pass of his NFL career, a veteran should never make that pass.
Correct.
And he's used to having Tom Brady, who never would have made that throw in a million years, that maybe he doesn't think his offense can bail him out right now. I mean, for me, that became a hopeless moment for the season because as a fan, you're still sitting there and you're like, okay, well, we got to stop finally. Now maybe we can drive and maybe. But when that happened, man, I'm telling you what, the air went out of the room.
I somewhat agree with you, but I'm not trying to stick up for Stafford here because I agree. He made 2 horrible decisions in each of the last 2 games. But when you have that defense, I mean, seriously, you're not going to win no matter who your quarterback is.
Tom is right, though. I mean, go back to the circumstances of that pick. They had just got to stop. The defense is awful. but they found a way to get Aaron Rodgers and that offense off the field. They cut, it was a 10-point deficit, and then Jamal Agnew, obviously with that dumb penalty, fair catch, and then makes a block on somebody. Lions are pinned back on their own goal line, and Stafford throws that pick. Now, I don't know if that's the worst pass of his career. I can think of like 7 or 8 other ones that I would like to put in contention. But Tom's definitely right. Like, what was supposed to be the strong suit of this team? The offense.
Right.
And even though Galladay comes back, we think this week, they have bailed nobody out. The offense has been bad.
I would just say,
really have, with the exception of the first half of the Bears game.
Yeah, and they gave up 6 points the first 3 quarters,
Right.
when they were healthy. They don't have their number 1 receiver. I'm just, you got to get over this. You got to get past this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But my gosh, man, he has not been dealt the best hand from a karma or fortune side.
No.
Now, there's other teams that have other injuries. I mean, look at the Niners.
But hold on a second. He's responsible for this. Either him or Bob Quinn are responsible for driving away Darius Slay and Quandre Diggs and going out and getting a bunch of expats that they're overpaying that can't play.
Yeah, but hold on.
I mean, he goes out and pays a ton of money to Trey Flowers.
But
Trey Flowers is non-existent.
Right.
He's totally responsible for
I
this.
understand that, but what Tom is saying is that the injury factor. If suppose Slay and Diggs were still here and they got hurt, that's the point.
I agree with what you're saying there,
yes.
Jeff. I don't think that's connected to this season.
Right. The roster, you're correct. The roster stinks defensively. I mean, it does. I mean, Trey
You don't
Flowers
think it's
is...
connected with this season? You think this season is just injuries?
No. It's not just injuries. But what it's saying is the fact that those guys couldn't probably even help what's going on right now defensively, whether they're here or not.
Think about it. I hate his defensive philosophy.
Yeah.
I wish it was completely the polar opposite, where you had a front 7 that was tenacious and aggressive.
Exactly.
But if from his perspective and his philosophy, he's been dealt a really raw deck because you need a secondary that's strong, and they got absolutely decimated.
Yes, that's true. All right, 248-539-9797. Is it too early? To root against the Lions in Week 3? 97.
97.1 The Ticket. Traffic.
From the WWJ AM 950 Traffic Center, no issues to deal with on your drive this morning. Very quiet on the area freeways as well as surface streets, and no issues around existing road work. Coming up at 9 o'clock today, 94 westbound is scheduled to be reduced down to a single lane for road work between 23 and 21 Mile Road. There's also planned road work scheduled to block the right lane on 96 eastbound right after Milford Road. I'm Michelle Penny up with traffic.
Text the ticket using the same number you used to call the ticket. Ticket text 248-539-9797. Donald Trump says we're not safe in Biden's America, but we're living in Trump's America now. And 200,000 Americans have died from the virus that he lied about.
The simple truth is, Donald Trump failed to protect America. So now, he's trying to scare America. Mr. Trump, you want to talk about fear? You know people are afraid they're going to get COVID. They're afraid they're going to get sick and die. And that is in no small part because of you.
Joe Biden will protect the American people, putting our safety above all else.
I want a safe America. Safe from COVID. Safe from crime and looting. Safe from racially motivated violence. I promise you this, we will do better. There's not a single thing beyond our capacity when we decide to do it together.
I'm Joe Biden, candidate for president, and I approve this message. Paid for by Biden for president.
Hi, I'm David Hall from Hall Financial. Mortgage rates are at an all-time low, and now is the time to refinance. Giving our clients 5-star service is our #1 priority. Call 248-308-5000 or chat with us online, davidhallmortgage.com.
This is Boomer Esiason with the Radio.com Sports Minute. Back in 1972, before Title IX, Abby Selden of Teaneck, New Jersey was a 15-year-old rising tennis star. Ranked 22nd by the Eastern Lawn Tennis Association, a precursor to the USTA, she wanted to play with the Teaneck High Bullies team. Coach Arthur Christensen was all for it. However, there were rules against it. The New Jersey State Interscholastic Athletic Association maintained that there were psychological, physical, and practical issues with having a girl play with boys. It would be difficult, they argued, to treat a girl for injuries such as leg cramps with no other women around. With her parents' encouragement, Selden took her case to the New Jersey chapter of the American Civil Liberties Union. Turns out the ACL
50 offers, like Bosch Icon wiper blades, save $8 per pair, and earn double O Rewards points. Online or in-store, get $5 for every 150 points you earn. Stop by O'Reilly Auto Parts today or visit O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers keep you up to date with what's happening in the D. This week, spooky season is here. Where to find all of your Halloween needs throughout Metro Detroit. For more stories like these, head over to ChevyDetroit.com.
The highways and the throughways try to map you, baby. I got your back.
Your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers have got your back and are ready to put you in the driver's seat with the Chevy Malibu. Malibu is the mid-size sedan you'd never expect. It's a total game changer with its sleek, sporty design and spacious interior. And with available 4G LTE Wi-Fi, Chevy Malibu will change your perception of what a mid-size sedan can be.
We are one when we get going.
Hurry into your Metro Detroit Chevy dealers and lease a 2020 Malibu 1LT for just $288 a month for 24 months. Put it in D and see why Chevy drives the Motor City. Visit ChevyDetroit.com. Leases for a 2020 Malibu 1LT for 24 months, 10,000 miles per year. For well-qualified customers with a GM lease in household. Zero due at lease signing after all offers plus title, tax, and dock fees. No security deposit. Program subject to change without notice and certain restrictions apply. See participating dealer for details. Offer ends September 30th, 2020.
Taylor Chevrolet, we say yes.
Taylor Chevrolet leads the way with great deals on your favorite Chevy vehicles. Enjoy huge savings on the 20-Trax LS for the low price of $129 a month. You'll love the nicely equipped Blazer 1LT for just $215 a month. This is based on 24 months with 20,000 allowable miles at lease end on courtesy transportation vehicles. GM EPP provisions apply. See dealer for full details. Get credit pre-approved instantly at TaylorChevy.com. All applications are welcome. Come on down to Taylor Chevrolet on Telegraph Road. Taylor says yes.
What are you waiting for? It only takes an hour for you to have your child's heart screened. Get your kid's heart checked at the Burns Cardiovascular Center at Beaumont Hospital in Roanoke. Details at 971theticket.com. You can watch the game on TV.
ticket and radio.com.
All right, thank you, Gio. Before we head to Heather, David from Royal Oak wants to chime in on the Lions' woes. What's up, David?
Listen, I agree with you guys 100%, but I think that it's more pertinent to stay optimistic right now instead of pessimistic. All of the NFL teams had no training camp, which is why you had so many soft tissue injuries. You have to give these guys a chance. I'm saying give them a chance. Only 2 games in. I'm not ready to be pessimistic and say lose every game, because that's not a true friend and it's not a true athlete or a ball player. If you played any kind of sport that you play to lose on purpose, then you suck.
Well, nobody's telling the players to lose, but the training camp thing that every team is, and you're right, thanks for the call, especially defensively, this is the highest scoring opening 2 weeks in NFL history because the defenses are behind. But
I mean, you and Stoney have talked. Look, there's still a shot they could get to 2-2, but even if you get to 1-3 and you get the bye, there's history in this league. I know it's not with the Lions, but the teams turn that around. Patricia's been part of that. People wrote off the Pats when they were 2-2 that 1 year. Remember Dilfer said Tom Brady was done?
Yeah, exactly. Boy, that's like burying Brett Favre. All right, Heather, what's going on?
Yes. Well, protesters gathered in Lansing yesterday morning to oppose the mandatory masks for youth athletes. So there was about 75 people who were at this rally. And there's also this online petition that's going around asking for people to sign it to change this order. So far, that petition has gotten more than 77,000 signatures. But people are just upset. There was one family there, their daughter who plays sports says that it's very hard for her to play soccer with her mask. She has asthma. She gets short of breath. She gets a little claustrophobic. She gets really panicky when she has to wear the mask. And they say they want more evidence that mask wearing is safe for athletes to wear during play.
I think it's probably safe. I just don't think there's not that much. I don't know. I just think it's ridiculous to a certain extent.
I agree. I don't think that when you're on a soccer field and you're running around and you're not that close to people that you need to wear a mask. Maybe if they want to make everyone wear a mask on the sideline when they're right next to each other or in a group huddle, fine. Or this girl who has asthma, there might be a different instance there where she needs to go and talk to her primary care physician and get a note or something, because I understand that. I've tried to do really intense cardio wearing a mask, and I do think it is very difficult to do. So I understand why people
I don't dispute. I'm sure it is difficult to work out while you're wearing a mask. That's why I pat myself in the back. I run outside so I don't have to wear a mask. But this is not a popular thing. But again, I'll just say it is a global pandemic, and I think we're lucky to have the things that we have. So if it comes with having to wear a mask, then so be it. I mean, is it really worth gathering and protesting about? Maybe it is. I mean, I don't know. If my daughter had to wear a mask, I think she would just wear a mask. She does at daycare.
But you made a point about, you run outside without a mask, okay? Soccer, all these activities are outside activities.
Yeah, but
there's group activities.
I'm not by people. Yes, I'm by myself.
It's a little different.
Trust me, nobody wants to be near me. They're by each other, Stoney.
I get it.
They do get close together, closer together, that's for sure. I don't mind wearing the mask. I can handle it, but I can understand why some people don't like it, for sure. So racial unrest erupted around the country again last night after a grand jury in Kentucky brought no charges against the Louisville police officers who killed Breonna Taylor during that botched drug raid. So there was one officer out of the 3 who was charged with wanton endangerment, but it was because he actually fired shots into a neighboring apartment. And in that apartment was a man, a woman who was pregnant, I believe, and another young child. So he's got 3 counts of wanton endangerment. Now, after the announcement, protests definitely erupted in Kentucky, in Louisville, and around the country. There was 2 Louisville police officers who were shot near a protest last night. They suffered non-life threats.